nature, swamps, nothing like pools of still water, mosquitoes, and malaria. But when you're shut in like myself, getting out for a walk is a refreshing change of pace, even if it's a swamp. Well, this is categorized as a swamp, but it looks more like a forest with swamp-like properties if you ask me, but I'm no big fancy city swamp lawyer, so I digress. Chelsea and I went out to a swamp to hopefully find a dead body to poke with a stick. And since we didn't find one, we read a creepypasta about swamps instead.
Swamp. So how would you rate this swamp so far?
A little bit of swamp. We've got some nice walking grounds. Really interesting.
It is.
I would give it like an 8 out of 10 tracks.
Okay. I don't think that it's very swampy though.
I mean, it hasn't rained in a while. We can come back.
I think you're just making excuses for the swamp.
I mean, I might be making swamp excuses.
Maybe you're working for the swamp industrial complex.
Maybe, I could be.
She's bought out by Big Swamp.
Big Swamp has bought me.
Bought out by Big Swamp ass.
That's me.
I would say that it is 7.5 out of 10 forest, but like swamp.
Well, look at that beautiful swamp off in the distance.
That's a decent part of the swamp, but I think compositionally it's not very swamp-like.
Yeah.
Like, you can have Neapolitan ice cream and the chocolate be really good, and then the strawberry and the vanilla be crap. Right?
I feel like it's always the other way around with Neapolitan ice cream.
It's true.
Or
That's
Napoleon ice cream, as I always accidentally say.
Napoleon, you can't just shove 3 ice cream flavors together and call it after yourself.
Watch me.
I can't? I think I can.
What was that accent?
Oh, that's what the French sounded like in the 1700s.
Is it though?
We're reading The Swamp.
Subject change. The swamp.
Don't talk about my French accent.
Baguette.
This is posted to creepypasta.com. We're going to read it and see how it is. It has been exactly a year now since the incident happened. That day that my younger brother, John, was killed. I have tried and tried to forget about what happened, but it's still burned into my mind. So I know this is rather a cliche, but I'm recording this and putting it online in the hopes that sharing what happened for all to hear will bring me some solace. Is that how you would describe your brother dying? Like, I want to forget well, sure. But is that how you would describe a sibling dying? Like, I want to forget about it. Wouldn't you be like, I need to cope and move on? I mean, I guess some people...
I don't know, like, I feel like with grieving, it's more just like, I need to tell stories of this person. Please, everyone, listen to my dumbass stories about my sibling.
Sure, yeah, something like that.
At least that's been my experience.
But it's them saying that it's a cliche, trying to, like, hide the fact that it's a cliche, kind of lampshading it. But not a whole lot going on in the first paragraph.
My brother and I had a very strong bond, beyond what most siblings have because of our isolation from civilization in southern Louisiana. Do we got some incest?
My brother, I don't think I can go on without him.
Oh.
Without his touch.
Without his warm, gentle caresses. We were raised by our mother, who not only assumed the additional position of a father, but as our teacher, due to the distance from the nearest school, we were forced to be homeschooled. Our father disappeared when we were very young. He left and got cigarettes and never came back. He left one day and never returned. Our mom says he left her for a younger woman, but I'm pretty sure now that that isn't true.
Okay, I think that families kind of tell those lies to each other. That rings true.
Yeah, they do.
Last year today, on my brother's 17th birthday, we decided to take the canoe out through the swamp in hopes of finding an alligator that we could shoot. Oh, they're eating alligators. They're alligator eaters.
I mean, why wouldn't you? I bet it tastes better than squirrel.
Yeah, I would prefer alligator over squirrel.
Yeah.
Provided that it's fried well. How would you? What would you prefer? Barbecued squirrel or fried alligator?
Fried alligator, hands down. I've had squirrel before. I don't recommend it.
John and I always loved hunting alligators. It is so fulfilling to bag a big gator and get to feed the family. Well, I have wandered off topic, so we were out on the canoe rowing around. The cold, salty sea air met the hot, humid swamp air, creating a very interesting atmosphere. We had already in past adventures scouted a 3-mile radius around the house, but we were determined to reach further than ever. So I would say that he's saying, like, I'm getting off topic. I don't know that he's getting off topic. I mean, it's relevant. Like, they're out alligator hunting, and he's talking about alligator hunting.
Right.
It kind of sounds insecure. Like, no, you don't.
Right. Well,
it's fine.
his brother's dead. Of course he's going to be a little insecure. His lover brother.
Yes. But I would say that the first paragraph is the worst one so far.
So far, yeah. I agree
This is grounding us a lot more to the person, the character, the climate, the atmosphere, everything.
Rowing in a canoe isn't the fastest means of transportation, but it works. We had gotten very good at swerving around the protruding stumps, trees, and the occasional rock that poked out of the murky green water. The sudden rush of water knocked us out of our trance. It was an alligator. The time we had been waiting for was right there. My brother rode closer as I grabbed my .45 revolver. The alligator wasn't affected by us. It continued to swim north.
That's a weird thing to use to hunt an alligator.
A revolver?
Yeah. When you, I don't know. I think
I've never been alligator hunting, so I can't.
Hey, professional alligator hunters, which I'm sure is 100% of my audience. Leave a comment down below. That's what I'm going to start calling my subscribers. Hey, remember to join the alligator hunting army.
Oh my god.
Get your .45 revolvers ready. I don't know if it's the setting, but I can really place myself there. He's describing all the terrain and stuff. It's nice.
Right. The sun was setting as my brother gazed out towards the sea. His voice trailed off. I looked to see what he was looking at and almost couldn't believe what I saw. Standing on a small island were two people who appeared to be blankly staring at us, mouths agape. And in between them was a glowing object that neither of us could make out what it was. Hey! I yelled to the two men. Strangely, there was no response. They didn't even move, blink, shift, or anything. Well, let's get out of here, I said to John, but he did not reply. The canoe was drifting, and the only change by the people on the island was their heads gradually turning to keep their blank stares on us. Hey, let's go, I spoke up. He stared blankly at the small island. John, I yelled again, but no response.
Stared blankly at the small island. So, let me make sure that we're reading the same thing here. They stumble upon two people who are beholding a glowing orb.
They just said something was glowing and they couldn't tell what it was. Maybe it's just a flashlight on a stick. Stick light. Maybe it's like one of those little tiki torches.
We don't have... In the South, probably.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
They stumbled upon some sort of weird... Okay.
Anyway.
I like the idea that they stumble upon this, and it's what is this newfangled electronic lantern?
Yeah, oh my god, yeah, no, like one of those little mosquito zapper lanterns that you can buy at the store for like $40. Just put it on like a little stick and just stare at it.
I really like what we're getting so far. I'm very invested in this. I will say that was a big paragraph, Chelsea.
That was large.
Like that could have been chunked down, and that was like two different thoughts.
I feel like the next one's just as big.
Yes, it is. Attacked by alligator. Two people with glowing orb in the distance on a small island.
Right.
Those are two different ideas, you know?
Yeah, break it up a little.
I was about to start paddling, but John unexpectedly leaped out of the canoe and into the murky water. "What are you doing?" I asked him as he swam, then walked to the island. But before he was out of the water, however, I noticed something. It appeared to be black hair emerging from the sea, which was followed by the top of a head, then what I was expecting to be a person, but that's where I went wrong. It was actually an alligator woman. It doesn't say that.
She flirted with me. I was concerned.
Oh, it's like a Selkie, but instead it's an alligator person?
I'm just imagining like an alligator, but like with a wig on top.
But yes, but if you steal the alligator Selkie's tail, it can't return to the sea.
Or if you just like...
And then you could have alligator babies.
And then just eat the alligator babies and never have to alligator hunt again?
Yes. Baby
Oh my god.
Walking out of the ocean was something I had never seen before. It was tall, probably 7 or 8 feet. It had long black hair. Its black eyes looked foggy due to what was most likely film over them. Ooh, that's a good visual. Not black eyes. Black eyes with like the weird alligator, funky...
Like the third eyelid.
Yeah.
Or technically the second.
Yeah.
Multiple eyelids, please.
Listen, we're not professional eyelid counters here.
We are not. We went to art school. We did not go to eyelid school.
They slanted down its face at an angle. Its face was narrow and sharp, like it had been starved. This absolutely terrified me. What are you supposed to do when you see something like that? Anyway, the creature walked up the island, and the two people shot last look at me.
Shot one last look.
Shot one last look at me, okay. This one was difficult, though. Different. Oh my god. I
think you're having a difficult time.
This paragraph's too big.
You're a little scared of the swamp over there. That or your eyes are a little...
I want my dick sucked by a swamp alligator Selkie woman.
Yeah, are you sure about that?
If they can, like, be careful about the teeth.
What if they can't?
Then I want a alligator hand job. I used to play bass for alligator hand job.
Are you any good?
I saw tears and absolute fear suppressed by the blank stares. It was like their human instincts were trying to prevail over whatever trance they were in, but that was to no avail. The creature grabbed both the men, one at each arm, and turned around, returning to the ocean. I saw bubbles emerging for a little bit when their heads became submerged. So, two possibly separate phenomena going on here. Weird transitory orb.
Right.
And then monster. If the orb was just supposed to be like a light source, like a natural light source, but they just couldn't tell what it was, they probably should have specified. There was something glowing there. It might have been like a lantern.
Right.
Because now it seems like there's two supernatural things going on.
Or one little supernatural thing controlled by the weird big supernatural thing.
That's what I'm getting out of it, is that.
Now, I'm sure you don't believe me, but I saw what I saw. If someone had told me this story, I wouldn't have believed them either. I yelled to John, "We need to get out of here now," and his response is still unforgettable. His head turned slowly His head slowly turned around as he gave me a blank stare, and then turned back and approached the glowing object, which flashed a red color, then returned to its white shine. "John," I cried, but he just stared at me. I fled. I went home and told my mom all about it, but she didn't believe me. She kept telling me to tell her the truth about what happened, but it was and still is the truth. You have to believe me.
Okay.
Oh, we got some walkers.
This little Babadook.
Babylon Brook.
How big that tree is. I love it. I don't know that tree, but I love it.
Jeez, Brandon, I can't believe my mom let me have 2 water bottles.
What'd you find?
You could eat those.
Didn't eat them. There's the pine cone cam. Pine cone vision.
Pine cone vision. That way looks like it leads to some houses. That way also leads to houses, so I say forward.
Okay. Next time we'll either go that way or we'll go that way. But for now, no burglarizing houses. We're just gonna...
Yeah, I'm not in the mood to steal things. This is lovely. It kind of reminds me of where I used to go skinny dipping.
So we have the bridge, and then we also have this way, which I think loops back to burglarizable houses.
Right.
Okay, we're committed. We're committed to not burglarizing stuff today.
Right. Oh, did you see that cardinal?
I did not see that
Oh,
cardinal.
you missed the cardinal.
I saw the water.
Ooh, like a fox. I think you missed a fox.
I was too busy looking at the reflection in the water. I am Narcissus.
Well, you are a very pretty man. Understandable, really. Oh, better go.
White squirrel.
Come
here.
Squirrel hides his nuts.
And now I'm just getting a close-up on twigs and branches. I love all the naturally occurring structures out here. The local flora and fauna. I'm not sure how that occurred. Also, we're gonna play What's in the Log. What's in the log? Whoop.
Is your butt in the log? Unpause. After insisting it as the truth.
Okay. What were we saying?
I don't know, but this is kind of reminding me of Lake Pontchartrain by Ludo. I'm sure I've made you listen to it like 1,000 times.
After insisting it as the truth, she finally gave in and let it go.
Left to go find the elusive.
Left to go find the elusive glowing item. On the island, she never returned. I have been living by myself for the past year. I just wanted to get the story out. So the mother disappeared too, and they didn't say anything about it at the beginning?
Yeah, mother left. I feel like you had mentioned that with the brother.
That's okay. That's a problem. That's a problem.
Yeah.
Just wanted to get the story out there. I am starting to worry, however. I think the light is just getting closer because at night, if I look... Come on. Come on.
You want me to read it?
No, this part. Like, come on.
This is my paragraph.
Yeah, sure, but like the light is coming to get him.
The light is coming to get me.
So he saw the light. The two people saw the light. His brother saw the light. The mother presumably saw the light. They all got pulled in by it, but what's different about him? Is he just...
He's just a little slow compared to the others.
Yes. Maybe it's like a slowpoke.
Yeah, maybe.
The slowpoke takes like 5 seconds to feel any pain.
Yeah.
You can finish it off.
Alright. I'm starting to worry, however. I think the light is getting closer because at night, if I look at just the right angle through the trees, I can see what appears to be a faint light. I am tired of living in fear. I'm going to submit to this now and go check out the light. Then I'll update this when I know the truth. Goodbye for now.
Okay.
Never updated again.
Never updated again.
It does have like a 5.87 out of 10.
So I think that this should have just been like a simple monster story.
Yeah.
And it fell into too many cliches. It constantly acknowledged those cliches of like, hey, here's this cliche.
Right.
That kind of became a problem.
I think also not mentioning that the mom also vanished.
Just,
like that's a bit of a...
Yeah.
That's an overlook.
That's a whoopsie.
You would definitely mention that.
My mom disappeared a year ago and I didn't mention it.
You already mentioned your dad left. Although now, like, oh man, the dad might have been taken in by the light and the weird alligator woman.
Also, your brother is 17, which is like, how old are you in this scenario?
Right.
I don't know. those are my final thoughts
Yeah, all we got is that they have a very strong bond.
with their brother.
Yes.
Now, if you enjoyed that, please check out the Fear Fiction podcast, linked below, where myself and fellow horror writers Abysme and Slimebeast read and react to horror stories of all types and stripes and BS while we do it. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this, please do subscribe for more.